evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are we having a good evening?
Yes.
Okay. Back in June, a group of actors and poets came together at the prestigious Stella Adler Studio of Acting and took a chance on poetry. Under the direction of acclaimed poet and actor Lemon Anderson, they set out to create character-driven monologues spoken with a poetic twist. Out of that workshop came the show, Verbal Measures for Tonal Consideration, Voices from the Edge. They debuted at the Signature Theater's Poetry Festival and are excited to be performing here tonight at the Inspired Word. We ask that you please turn off all your cell phones and enjoy the show.
Your worst nightmare. The ideal, the unreliable, your ecstasy, and what's comfortable. I am a macho figure, dressed in a woman. Trujillo's antichrist, a machista's crucified wife. You know, everything you expect of me, except I'm the mesh that's in between.
I beat this crazy bitch fucking curses off my tongue. Don't you dare molest my shadow. Don't you dare trigger my gun. I rock porcupine skin with elephant tusks, bleeding brown like rust. I gust through blowing black storms of dust. Call this hymn to the lyrical witch. Gonna spit some end up slits. Cause I'm singing parts to you, they got you humming to forget.
My heart will always be in Texas. My soul will always be there. But Brooklyn is my home now and I'm so fucking proud to be here. See, cause this is the borough that's teaching me to be a man. Paying with sacrifice and struggle, but earning everything with the power of my own two hands.
And our rhymes are twisted around your mind like licorice. So come and get a hit of this. Like a hit and run, son. I have you thinking we're 4 minus 3 to 1. So come listen to this poetic redemption as we tempt you to use more than just your imagination. And this is who we be.
Verbal measures for tonal consideration.
You are the son of migrant farm workers. So don't you ever be afraid to fail or fall. Because generations of Reinas, Garcias, and Ayalas have tilled the soil that you've just fallen down on. My mind is racing, another night of no sleep, another night of aching to be home in Texas under a mesquite tree, another night of Tylenol PM, NyQuil-induced sleep, tossing and turning, God help me please, another night of when will I fit in, another night of trying so desperately to feel safe and comfortable in my own skin, another night of when will I finally tell my mom. She see me as a freak abomination before her Mormon God. Another night of missing my dad. Another night of trying to keep my head up, be strong and not be sad. Another night of when will his Alzheimer's make him forget me. Another night of wishing I was 5 again so that my dad could just hold me. Another night of I'm afraid of changing because I build my life around y'all. I build my world around y'all. The only people I give a damn about is y'all. But time makes you bolder, mom and dad, and your children are getting older. And guess what? I'm getting older too. Juanito! Joe! Can we pretend for 1 second the Alzheimer's is gone? And not just for your sake, or for your mother's sake, or for your sister's sake, but for my sake? Because this shit fucking sucks. Pinche maldito Alzheimer's. And don't tell your mother I'm fucking cursing or repeat the words I say. She'll only go run tell the bishop. I spent my whole fucking life running away from diabetes and heart disease only to end up with this fucking shit? Pinche fucking Alzheimer's. And I can't tell if it's from the pesticides in the farming fields or from the Agent Orange in the battlefield. Either way, it was a double dose of poison all before the age of 17. Pinche fucking Alzheimer's. But anyway, mijo, back to you. Everything you need to know about being a man, I already taught you. 1. Cada cabeza es un mundo. 2. Dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. 3. Coño. What's 3? 3. Always throw the first punch and catch the other guy off guard. 4. Always sit with your back to the wall in a restaurant. And 5. Always remember that you have the upper hand. Because all your ancestors, including your mother and I, knelt down and put our hands through that soil. We sifted all the rocks and clumps out for you. We planted thousands of fields of cotton, corn, cabbages, and any other fruit or vegetable you can imagine all over this country. So no matter what state you're in, you'll always have those fields with our imprints to help soften your fall, lift you up. Always remember that. Joe, I don't feel so good. I gotta go back. But you should see the place they have me in. It's nice. Biltmore Assisted Living. I like making the gordita home attendants angry. Those pinche cabronas took down the Christmas tree. Okay. It's because I kept knocking it over. But it's only because I like the white-winged dove ornament on top. It makes me feel like I'm out on Dario's ranch hunting again. I can't seem to get the gorditas to understand that. I can't understand that. Betty Crockers Blueberry Hot. Betty's Blueberry Hot. 1 and a blueberry high filling. 1 and spam. I had to brew the coffee in the jungle in the can of spam. 16 years old and got sent to NAM. 16, no, 17. turning on me, protesting like I had some kind of power. But a Mexican never had no power. Mexican never had power.
Still fresh on her lips, she remembers. The sound of before. The smell of dark wooded hallways and quick steps. Before she could answer his knock, he had already turned the knob and picked the lock. And by now he's in full pursuit, but she won't let him catch her. B-5-0-bum. And sometimes he let her think she won. But when he finally caught her, laughter. And then they danced. She'd stand on his toes, and no matter how big she got, no matter how old, the elephant carries a great big trunk and never packs it with clothes. He has no lock and he has no key, but he carries it wherever he goes. And she didn't know it then, but that was a lesson etched in genetic code. Still, she didn't listen, as young minds hardly ever do. And it wasn't until she was knee-deep in it, pitter-pattered across to the Pacific and danced with doom, did she finally understand the protection he afforded from those West Coast ghosts, armed with a dusty old rug and a brand new broom. Kiddo, if you're anything like me, and with those ears of yours, I could deny you if I wanted to. You're such a beautiful mix of your mother and I, but I worry about you sometimes. Be careful of being alone. We tend to isolate. And when we solve in solitude, our brains will come up with an answer, for better or worse. So bounce your ideas off someone. Always told you could ask me for an opinion. I've never been one to sugarcoat, and I don't pussyfoot around. You remember when you told me you went to women? You remember what I said? I said, Simone, it isn't easier. I can still feel your response, thick through the receiver. You said, I'm not doing it because it's easier, Dad. I'm in love. And right then, I knew. Like I knew I could finally get you to come out after 24 hours of labor. Your mom huffing and puffing away. Doctors said they were going to cut your mom open when I threatened we'd have you at home if they didn't follow my lead. Scared the hospital staff half to death. I simply put my lips to her tummy and I said, now you listen to me, baby. This is your father speaking. You come out of there right now or I'm coming in there after you. And just like that, there you were. You know what, lady? Did I ever tell you you're such a beautiful mix of your mother and I mean, it wasn't my intention to have kids with more than one. I wanted a wife. I wanted a family. Should have married your mother. You know what, kiddo? You can spend your whole life running away from the boogeyman, just to realize that you are the bad guy. Because over those few summers, you grew. Made me wish you were still my kid. The little girl I chased down hallways, down stairs, down streets. Made me wish for my apprentice. Handing you tools, sending you home with cuts and scrapes all on your face. White dresses turn gray. I mean, I kept telling you your mother not to send you over in the good stuff. So I kept sending you back with half-melted jackets. I mean, how was I supposed to know that smoke bomb was really a firecracker? And that was the thing about her. She couldn't help but laugh with this man. She couldn't help but love him. And love him she did. All in. Even the part that doesn't forget. Even the part that's still empty since he left.